Welcome to the Oakleaf Sports Report. I'm your host, Sean Dougherty, and as always, it is my pleasure to bring to you everything you need to know in the world of Bear Cub athletics. The 2013 spring sports semester is so far one of the most successful sports semesters that this college has experienced in a number of years. And right now, the team that is having the most success is the women's basketball team, who this weekend are headed to Sacramento as one of the final four teams who are going to compete for the state championship. The Bear Cubs join Fresno City College as the top two teams from Northern California, along with Southern California's top two teams, Mount Sac and Mount San Jacinto. This weekend at Cosumnes River College in Sacramento, the Bear Cubs got there by playing great defense and were led by Anandi Jimenez's 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 blocks in their final game of the Northern California Regional Tournament against the 4-seeded Delta College Saturday here at the JC. At Hale Pavilion, the Bear Cubs won 48-38 to advance to the state championship. The men's basketball team had to travel to San Francisco to take on the state's top-seeded team, San Francisco City College, on Saturday. Unfortunately, things did not go the Bear Cubs' way as they lost that game 88-54 and ended the Bear Cubs season. The boys finished this season with a 27-6 record, and even though the Bear Cubs did not reach the Final Four, by all accounts, this was a very successful season for the men's basketball team. We want to wish the women's basketball team the best of luck this weekend as they draw Southern California's number 2 seed, Mount San Jacinto, and that game will be played this Saturday at 7 p.m. The Bear Cubs softball team opened up their conference sketch of the schedule on Saturday with a doubleheader at home against Sierra. Unfortunately, the Bear Cubs lost both those games, 11-4 and 7-4. Not the way the Bear Cubs wanted to open up their conference stretch, but they did bounce back, beating Modesto in Modesto by the score of 6-5 on Tuesday. Up next, the Bear Cubs head to Sacramento to take on Sac City in a conference doubleheader with game times at 12 and 2 p.m. Currently, the Bear Cubs hold a 15-6-1 overall record and are 1-2 in conference play. The Bear Cub baseball team just keeps on winning, and after sweeping Modesto to open up their conference stretch of the schedule, is now taking on American River, and in their first game beat American River 3-1. The Bear Cubs have not lost in their last 11 games, going 10-0-1. They tied Contra Costa back on February 26 for their only non-victory of that span. The Bear Cubs' next game is this Saturday at 1 p.m. against American River in their final game of the 3-game series here at the JC. Last Thursday, the Bear Cub golf team played in their 4th Big 8 Conference tournament in Patterson. The Bear Cubs shot a .364, the lowest total the Bear Cubs have shot this season to take first place honors. This past Tuesday, the Bear Cubs were in Rancho Murieta to play Folsom Lake, Modesto, and Napa, and the Bear Cubs were edged out by just one stroke by Folsom Lake, 377 to the Bear Cubs, 378. Up next, the Bear Cubs will head into the conference tournament stretch, where all they have left on the schedule are Big 8 conference tournaments. The next one is in Woodland, and then next week, the boys will be in Rockland. After a slow start to their season, the Bear Cub tennis team seems to be working out their early season kinks, with the women's tennis team getting back-to-back wins against Sierra 7-2 and 6-3 last week. Up next for the women's team is a home game against American River Tuesday here at the JC. The men's tennis team is riding a 4-game winning streak, having beaten Diablo Valley 6-3 last week, then back-to-back shutouts of Shasta 9-0, and then another 9-0 shutout of Folsom Lake on Tuesday. Up next, the Bear Cubs take on American River here at the JC on Tuesday. Last weekend, both the men's and women's swim and dive teams traveled to San Luis Obispo to compete in the annual Quista tournament. The men's team took 4th place honors, while the women's team locked up 1st place. And both teams will head to Pleasant Hill for the Big 8 Invitational this Friday at 11 a.m. That's all for this episode of the Oakleaf Sports Report. Thank you for joining me, Sean Dougherty. And remember, you can only win the games in which you play, so be sure you're playing the game. Go Bearcats.